What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Okay, I have had some time to digest yesterday's game, just a little bit of time, and still not feeling good about it. Still a little pissed off about the performance and what Doug Pederson threw out there on the field. I think it's unacceptable, the performance Doug Pederson had. However, I have had more time to kind of watch the game a second time and then come away with some more solidified thoughts about the football game. I still haven't done a deep dive into film. That's going to be coming up, guys. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow and Wednesday and things like that. But today, I'm just going to tell you what I saw the second time watching this game, which was a lot of anger to begin with because it just wasn't a good thing. But anyways, let's get to the game, or let's get to the conversation.
Scott out of the backfield sets him out wide to the left.
First point I'd like to make, guys, as I watched the tape again, was early in the football game, and I said it last night, and I'm going to stick by it. The play calling in the first 10 to 15 snaps of the football game was pretty creative. This particular play in which you're seeing, guys, and I'll try to pop it up on the screen and show you guys. This is 22-man personnel. This is something we don't see the Eagles running a lot. This is very creative by Doug Pederson. I wish we would have kept doing creative things like this. We stopped doing it, and we became very one-dimensional. So, look at the screen, guys. In the backfield on the offset to Carson Wentz's right, that's Miles Sanders. On the top offensive right, that is your only single wide receiver in this formation, which is Nelson Agholor. On the bottom offensive left, that's Boston Scott. In the slot, you have Zach Ertz. In an inline, you have Dallas Goedert. 22-man formation. 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver. Generally speaking, I would say this isn't the best formation to utilize a player like Nelson Agholor, but I think when you're looking to create speed with Agholor, Scott, and with Sanders, I understand at least the intention of Doug Pederson and the coaching staff. So in that sense, it does make sense to utilize them for this particular play. What you're going to see here is that it's kind of a weird thing if you watch Aguilar's route. He does kind of a weird wiggle, like an in route, then he kind of cuts it back up again, and he kind of squares back out by the first down route. Ertz kind of does an out route. Goddard does a kind of a comeback, like a curl. And then you got essentially Boston Scott running a flat. And then you got Miles Sanders on a wheel route. He had both backs going up the sideline. He had one running a flat route, which was where the ball went to, which is Boston Scott. And then he had Miles Sanders on a wheel route. Good play design. Good look. I'll let you guys see the ending of that play now.
There's Wentz unloading it deep.
Here's what it comes down to for me, guys. This is a matter of missed opportunities in this game. Early on, the play calling was very creative, and then we became very one-dimensional. And in terms of becoming one-dimensional, things got worse because Carson Wentz got rushed because the blitz kept getting home. They were hitting Carson Wentz. These receivers weren't separating. You can put this on Carson Wentz all you want to, guys. At the end of the day, there comes a point where these receivers, like, the personnel has to be better. The packages we're using, the players we're using the packages, it needs to be smarter. And you need to get separation because he has no choice but to hold the ball to an extent. And there were times where the Patriots were coming through because we weren't blocking. Now, I will admit there was one, I think Van Noy got a sack on Wentz to where, once again, Wentz just did not see the outside blitz, and he's got to get better picking that up because that's been a thing this whole season. It's generally been the corners coming after him and getting him on that. This time it was a linebacker kind of followed that same blitz pattern. Clearly, Belichick saw that on film. I've pointed that out myself a couple of times now, saying that, hey, you got to get better at identifying that. With that said, we became very one-dimensional, and we just missed opportunities. And I don't think that, like I said, guys, I don't think you can put Wentz blameless. I don't think Wentz is the reason we lost a football game, but this wasn't Wentz's best game. And I'll give you the best illustration of it wasn't a bad read by Wentz. It was a bad play by Agholor. But nonetheless, there was a simpler, easier pass to pick up the first down that Wentz neglected to take. Look, not Wentz's fault, but he could have made things easier on himself by identifying and utilizing the correct play. or making a better decision. It's not necessarily a wrong or correct thing. It's more of there was an easier route to pick up a first down, and he just didn't do it. And I'm going to show you that.
3rd and 2.
Here's my perspective on that play. He made the pass. You can't put that on Wentz. Wentz hit a receiver in his hands on a critical 3rd down and 2 conversion. It ain't like he threw it into coverage. It's not, Aguilar dropped the ball. You can't put that on Wentz. But what I will say is a guy who has played quarterback myself, I do see things. And I watch things. And one thing I did notice was he really did take the harder option over an easier option to pick up the first down. Now, mind you, it could have been that was the original hot read. That's the route he was, that's the primary target on the route. And he felt that he was open. He could fit it in there, so he never even looked anywhere else. In my opinion, though, if you really look at it, it almost looks like Aguilar sets a pick and completely frees Zach Ertz open in the flats. Me personally, it's a lot easier to hit Zach Ertz in the flat and pick up that first down. And I've seen the Eagles run that play a million times and pick up first downs with it. I don't know why we didn't go to it that time. I think that, once again, I'm not putting that on Wentz, guys. If you want to put that on Wentz, you go right ahead. At the end of the day, that hit the ball hit the damn receiver's hands. He should have made the catch. I don't think you can put that on Wentz. I do think you can make an argument that, hey, simplify it for yourself, man. Hit the damn flat. The flat's open. It's there. Watch Ertz in motion, guys, and I'll show you it again. Watch Ertz come into motion. Watch basically how the corner or the defensive player who's supposed to pick up Ertz, you can see kind of gets trapped for a split second by Aguilar, and it's open. He just misses it. Just watch Ertz's route. You'll see it.
3rd and 2.
I mean, this is a tough one to call because, look, on one, like I said, I get people who say, look, make it easier. Like, you got to make it easier. There was an easier route there. There's an easier option to pick up a first down. That was early in the 4th quarter. That would have been a critical completion, a critical, time to extend the drive, and we failed to do it. At the same time, I'm also on the opinion of if you're Nelson Aguilar, you can't drop that pass. It is a 3rd down and 2 in a game you're trailing 17-10 early in the 4th quarter. You got to make the catch, man. He hits you in the damn hands. You've got to make that catch. Then there's the other side of it. That was a 3rd down and 2. You rushed to go sign a guy like Ajayi on Friday. Cleared him from his physical, which I thought was like, wow, I like the Ajayi signing, but I'm not too sure he's going to help us this game because I didn't think they would clear him for the physical that fast. They did. Why rush him in here? Why clear him for the physical? I mean, there's a million questions around that action, guys. Number one, why, if we knew coming out of the Chicago game that there was a stinger situation going on with Jordan Howard, I get maybe not doing anything that the bye week. But come Tuesday, okay, that's all it's got to be in your mind. Come Wednesday and he's not cleared for contact, come on, man. Come Tuesday when he's not cleared for contact, I think you already got to be on the phone with Ajayi getting him in here. Come Wednesday, you need to be working him out. And come Thursday, you need to have him in practice. It was ridiculous to me, guys. 3rd down and 2, you got Ajayi on the sideline, you don't use him. At the very minimum, you put Ajayi in the football game, damn right well what everyone in New England's thinking. We can't stop the run. Here comes this dude that likes to truck people. They're going to sell out on the run, and you would have had that same exact route option open to you. Probably with way more holes open. I don't get it. I don't get it. To me, you can blame Wentz, but what did the coaching staff do to make that play simpler for him? I agree. Wentz could have hit Ertz in the flat. He could have. He still made the play. You can't say Wentz didn't make the play. He made the play. I just, to me, it's mind-boggling how stupid this coaching staff can be at times. Just how complicated they make things. Because look, the play design there. I think the play design there was acceptable from Pederson. He had 2 routes clearly that were open. Aguilar was open. Ertz was open. Both of those routes were open. But you could have added Ajayi and ran the ball. You could have added Ajayi in that play and used him as basically, as a decoy. There was so much you could have done there, and you did none of it. None of it. I can't forgive the coaching staff for this game. I can't. I can't put this on Wentz. I'm not saying Wentz played well, but I don't think Wentz is the reason why we lost the damn football game.
Fortunate to get away.
There were so many plays in this game because of the personnel decisions that Doug Pederson was making and because of the utilization of certain personnel packages in the game where they just pulled J.J. Arcega-Whiteside off the field. What more does Matt Collins need to show you that he's not the guy for this? It made no sense when we were getting inside of the 20 or when we were basically on the opponent's other side of the 50 to why you would not have J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the football game. Can any of y'all tell me if Alshon Jeffrey was a go that we would have run those plays with scoring opportunities without Alshon in the game? What the hell? I'm sorry. I don't put that on Wentz. I don't. That is Doug Pederson. That is Mike Groh. That is the entire offensive coaching staff. That is all on them. They had a play design. They had a game plan they came up with from their playbook. They decided to use certain formations and they decided to use certain personnel in those formations. They made a lot of bad decisions. A lot of bad decisions. I thought J.J. Arcega-Whiteside on that play demonstrated something that was a huge knock on him in college. I even talked about it. I even said it. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in college struggled to come back on comeback routes, okay, on hooks, on those comeback routes to the quarterback. It wasn't his strength. He didn't do a good job of positioning his body on those. He allowed the corners to get in on those balls. Pretty damn good job there. This kid needs more opportunities. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous in a game like this that he did not receive adequate opportunities. And I'm going to show you an example of a play where there was a damn drop, and it would have probably been a different story if you put a guy like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the game who can go up and go elevate and go get a football. It was ridiculous.
In a slot to the left, 3rd and 10.
Two plays on the opponent's 26, 27, going in to score to either tie this game up or to possibly take a lead if you go for a 2-point conversion. Both plays, we go into 12-man personnel with slower players who are going to take longer to develop. No disrespect to Dallas Goedert, but let's be honest, he's not a Blazer. And you take a guy who probably makes the most sense in this situation, and you pull him off the field. Where in this formation can anyone point out J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to me? Where is he? Why is he not on the field? Why does Doug Pederson need somebody to tell him, use your head and make sure you got a guy like Arcega-Whiteside in the game with Alshon out in these type of situations? This should be common sense. It's just ridiculous. And I'm going to show you the second time to where, given the route design, why would you go to Nelson Aguilar? Why is Arcega-Whiteside not in this game?
Zero by Belichick every time. Everybody comes.
Here they come. Off his back foot. He heaves it toward the end zone.
What's frustrating is Aguilar overruns the route, gets his body out of position, despite him saying, I thought I tracked that ball very well. No, he didn't. No, he absolutely did not. It was a bad play on Aguilar's part. I'm not saying it's an easy catch, but that was not a very well played route by Aguilar. He overran it, got his body positioning all wrong, and didn't track it well. Horrible, horrible play. For the life of me, I don't understand why you don't have J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the game in that particular situation. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if Arcega-Whiteside makes the catch either, but I have more faith that Arcega-Whiteside would have had his body positioned correctly. He would have had a better attempt at the ball. I'm sorry, guys. I can't put that on Wentz. He played a bad game. He also made that throw. Guys, you have to make that catch for your quarterback. We can't sit there and say, like, oh, he's not clutch. He's not clutch. It's a clutch throw. There's two parts to clutch, guys. There's making the throw, the correct read and the correct throw, and then there's the execution on your teammates' part. I'm sorry, I disagree with a lot of you guys because, in my opinion, he's making clutch throws, but his teammates aren't executing, which is the final part of a clutch performance and a clutch play. It's outside of his control. That is outside of his control. The drops are frustrating, guys. This was a frustrating game on drops. The defense dropped 4 interceptions. The offense, you got Goddard had 3 drops. Who knows how many Nelson had? Probably 3 or 4 himself. Like, they were just dropping balls all over the place. They were. Again, it's frustrating, guys. This is frustrating on the wide receiver core because this position should have been upgraded so many times over the course of this season. Guys, this is my film review of what I saw. This is what I saw from a play calling, execution from the quarterback, execution from the receivers, and personnel decisions that were made in this game. This is what the film, watching it the second time, showed me. Now, I didn't do an honest film study on this. This was just me watching it, making some notes, and saying, that's interesting. I don't know what else to say, guys. All right, man. My name is Steven Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, leave me some comments. Tell me your thoughts. I'm telling you, as I watched this game, guys, I felt, look, Wentz didn't have a great game. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend that he did. But I'm also going to sit here and try to blow smoke up people's ASSs, telling them that he played so badly that he took them out of an opportunity to win the game. That's not what happened. Play calling was bad, and then the personnel decisions within the playbook were even worse. To me, that's what happened. That's my opinion, guys. All right, y'all. EAGLES. Boy, this Seattle game is, it's really important now.